Okay, so I'm off to a shoot in about dapat 10 minutes. So I'm a little bit in a hurry. I just got here in the condo. Naghahanap lang ako ng ibang gamit na madala. And I'm excited to use the EOS R. So it's the first sortie of this camera for me. So I want to make sure dala ko ang memory cards ko. Kasi yun lang nagiging problema ko at times. Dala camera, wala memory card. So ayan, so I'm just making sure kompleto checklist ko ng gamit. There, and then we're off to our shoot. So coincidental that I'm heading towards the studio and our intern happens to be with us. Alright. So yeah, we're shooting a friend of mine. Her name's Anthea. I've been working with her for years, and she came up with a concept of this strange fashion shoot where she wants to look like a 10-year-old. A fashion. Anyway, you'll see later. Basta ganun. You'll see later. So yan guys. So we're finally here at the studio. So we're setting up lang. Then I'll show you guys a little bit how I do some lighting for headshots and beauty shots. And of course, I get to use my EOS R for the first time. So buena mano kung sino man yung mga models today. Today I'll be using two lenses. I'll be for the half body and whole body shots, I'll be using the 24-70, alright, 2.8 version 2. Then for the headshots, I might be moving up to the 100mm prime. The heads-up display takes a little bit getting used to. Kasi, of course, nasanay ako sa DSLR na medyo mano-mano pa ng konti kasi may mga controls pa sa likod. But with the EOS R, everything's already on the display screen sa likod. Much like the M series actually. So, yung M series naman kasi, I use it for more of casual photography more than anything. So, for me, may konting learning curve in terms of the interface at the back, but other than that, it feels like the DSLRs that I'm used to holding. What's important about headshots is to show a clean, even light around the face, because that's basically what you're selling, beauty. So here, I'm using just a clean white background, one light coming from overhead, just to illuminate the face properly. Because from there, we'll be putting several reflectors underneath just to make sure yung bounce pabalik sa ilalim ng face is correct. Because for me, I'm not exactly a fan of putting a light underneath, especially if the ratios of the top light and the underlight are not the same, or else the face is gonna look pretty flat. So for me, I like using lang a basic light like this. Ibahin lang yung angle, yung pwesto, depending on how the facial structure of the model looks like in the shot. There's no surefire setup all the time. You always have to tweak it depending on how the model registers to the light and to the camera. Holding this for the first time, okay, I'm guilty. I did not read the manual. But yes, knowing that I did not read the manual, I am banking on my previous knowledge of working on different models of Canon cameras. So more or less the interface is the same. So, you know, with some complicated controls, so that took me a little bit of a time to learn it. So there's a slight learning curve to this, which is about a few minutes of fumbling. Feels like a newbie all over again. But now that I've got a handle of this, it's I want to experiment with, you know, not using the EVF. I call it resting bitch face, but it's more like beauty shot. Pangit, guys. No, it'll look good on her, but not on me. Yeah. By the way, our intern needs headshots, so I'm doing some headshots before our actual model comes out. Or comes into the studio rather. So we have some time. Now, if you're shooting models, especially with beauty shots or fashion, the key here is you have to direct them properly. You can't just stand up and shoot. Because they wouldn't know. Hindi naman sila mind readers eh. So they wouldn't know what you're thinking. So you have to tell them minutely to the shoulder, to the collarbone, to the face, the lips, whatever. You have to direct them to the little bits. Move the shoulder a little bit forward, give me a collarbone, perfect. Turn your head, a bit more to me, perfect. Nice. I'm coming back to my old habit of actually looking through the EVF kasi nasanay na ako. It's really a force of habit, but I'm trying to shift back and forth. So for my first layout, it's gonna be this pink dress.
Yes.
Bagay ba? Diba? So Ante and I are my lovely model of yours, see in the mirror.
Hi.
She thought of the concept. She threw the idea to me at IG, mga private messages. And AJ, I have a concept to do. Game kang gawin? Why not? Diba? So, you know, as a photographer, you have to freshen up your portfolio on a regular basis by collaborating with, you know, models, makeup artists, stylists, whoever. Para lang relevant and there's always something new to do. Kasi as a creative, mangangati ka eh. You have to shoot something new all the time. And you can't just have a sitting portfolio na, what, ilang buwan? Ganun pa rin. So, you know, you have to keep on something, keep on creating, kumbaga. So now, for every background, for every setup, we have a different background. So, pink and pink over there. Ano ba? Yun. So later, I'll be experimenting with light and distance and model against the background. And just because may background tayo ganito, it doesn't mean that you should place the model all the time at some standard distance. No such thing. It really depends on the effect that you want to do. So I'll show you guys later on. And at the same time, of course, I am using my new EOS R. So bear with me, may learning curve ako sa kanya. So kung makikita mo, medyo nangangapa pa ako ng konti sa camera na yan. But I love the output so far. The main learning curve that I had with the EOS R are the little minute controls that the camera offers that I used to take for granted sa Mark IV ko. So especially in terms of how the autofocus behaves and all. Sa EOS R, you could tailor fit it to how you want it to work for you. Now, tuwing naglalatag ako ng paper background, I'm actually pretty particular to sa bend ng paper as it hits the floor. Alright? Kasi dito, kung masyadong bagsak yung papel, you see these somewhat like folds and waves around it, which affects how, you know, the light will bounce on that. Makikita din eh, magkakaroon subtle shadows here and there. So, it's either you pull up the paper or you pull the background longer pa. But it's all about controlling how the curvature of the paper is on that corner over here. So if you notice, there's a slight pocket where the paper meets the floor, may fold ka nakikita. So especially on specific angles ng light, you will see this dark spot in your shot. So if you want to kill that particular section, you have to make the curve bigger pa. So that yung bagsak na light niya, smooth lang against the background. But for our purposes, I want to produce a particular wall. So gagawin ko dito, I want to make this as square-ish as I can. Okay? So nasa kabila pala yung tali. So this is where I'm controlling the curvature of the paper. So I'm pulling it up now, so mas nagka-curve na yung papel against here. So this would lessen the pocket shadow in the lower area. Yeah. Hold the hair this way. Yeah. Good. Hey, hold that. Perfect. I like that. Chin up slightly. Good. So while they're changing the backgrounds, a little bit of my experience with the EOS R. One thing here, in a studio shoot, ang bilis ng autofocus niya. It takes a while getting used to, especially when you're using the screen as your focus point. Unlike before, na gumagamit ko ng jog wheel to select your focus points. This time around, the entire screen, passion touchpad, like that. And naiba mo na agad yung focus points mo. So it takes a little bit getting used to. But other than that, you know, the learning curve was rather quick. And because of that, actually, mas natutuwa lang ako gamitin yung screen instead of picking through the viewfinder, which has been my my habit ever since, shooting with an SLR. Hold that. How you're ganyan. How you're pursing your lips.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. Diba? Yun. Sometimes, yung ginagawa ng model outside of the shoot becomes a pose. So when they're more natural with it, nakikita ko yun. And don't move. Yun. Okay, so we'll shoot. Don't move! Yun. Kasi like I said, whenever models are moving in between the poses, that's actually when I find the best shots, not when they're posing. Maybe it's just me. Hold. So guys, that's my first time experience using the EOS R in a studio shoot. I enjoyed it. Magaang siya. So that's why I'm able to hold the camera na medyo mas malayo and look through the screen instead of going through the viewfinder. Again, the AF is fast and very, very smart. It takes a while getting used to sa walang jog wheel sa likod and you're using the screen as your focus point. But other than that, you sort of get into the habit na 5 minutes into the shoot. And from then on, it was masaya na to use kasi ang bilis na agad maghanap ng focus points eh. And of course, my lovely Antea is an excellent model to work with, very quick to pose, and a lot of the shots that I like were in between nga na nagagawa niya naturally. So for more videos, please hit like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Tapos kung may tanong kayo about photography, about the EOS R, how it works, even on my trusty Mark IV and all the other Canon cameras, please comment below and I will try to answer them as best I can, either through a comment as well or another video.